Happy Halloween, boys and girls, and welcome to another edition of Going to Bed with Mike and Steve. I'm Mike.
And I'm Steve.
And we are continuing to read Goosebumps number 42, Egg Monsters from Mars by R.L. Stine.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ba-da-doo. Chapter 9. As my hand moved towards it, the creature began to tremble. It shook like a glob of yellow jello. As my hand moved towards it, the creature began to tremble. It shook like a glob of yellow jello. It sounded like a rap before I rapped it, and then it just sounded like... But it didn't sound like a good rap, you know, it sounded like a rap that they would have done in the mid-90s to sell Trix yogurt.
That, or sometimes...
Or I suppose yellow jello.
I'm gonna, BC Boys kind of does like a talk... BC Boys cause like a talky kind of rap. And then I grabbed it by my head, and it was wiggly jello.
Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. I pulled back once again. I can't do it, I decided. I can't pick it up barehanded. It might be too dangerous. I watched it shake and throb. Wet bubbles formed on its eggy skin. Is it scared of me, I wondered, or is it trying to warn me away? I had to find something to pick it up. I turned and glanced around the room. My eyes landed on my baseball glove tucked on the top shelf of my bookcase. Oh God, you're gonna gum up your...
Oh no.
Your baseball glove. Baseball gloves aren't cheap. Good baseball gloves are expensive. No. Maybe I could pick up the egg creature in the glove and drop it into the shoebox. I was halfway across the room when I decided I didn't want to get my glove all wet and gloppy.
Good thinking.
I need to shovel it into the box, I thought. But then I remembered I didn't want to get my shovel all wet and gloppy. Well, maybe I could pick it up with a stick, but I didn't want to get my stick all wet and gloppy.
I found some throwaway gloves, but I didn't want to get those gloves all wet and gloppy.
A little shovel would make the job easy. I walked back to the dresser. This egg creature was still shaking like crazy. I closed the drawer. Maybe the darkness will calm it down, I thought. I made my way down to the basement. Mom and Dad keep all their gardening supplies down there. I found a small metal trowel and carried it back up to my room.
There you go.
When I pulled open the drawer, the eggy blob was still shaking. Don't worry, fella, I told it. I'm a scientist. I'll be real gentle.
Don't worry. I'm gonna open you up, Mike. Don't worry. I'm a scientist.
Are you certified? Well, no, I'm 12 years old, but... You know, Herbert West was a scientist, too. And he told people to trust him, and that didn't turn out so well. That didn't turn out well for anybody.
Nope.
When I pulled open I made my way down to the basement. Mom and Dad keep all of their gardening supplies down there. I found a small metal trowel and carried it back up to my room. When I pulled open the drawer, the eggy blob was still shaking. Don't worry, fella, I told it. I'm a scientist. I'll be real gentle. Did I already read that? Or is this an R.L. Stine repetition? No, I had skipped a paragraph, shit. I don't think it understood English. Probably not. This is the Halloween episode, and so the way we're recording this is because I live on a very busy street, so we built a tent out of blankets, and we're recording it literally in a blanket fort, and out in my apartment.
We're setting the mood. I mean, we have Halloween decorations in here, but it's also to suppress sound.
And but anyway,
we'll show you a picture.
Outside of the tent, I just heard a noise, and it was just that moment of like,
somebody's here with us as we're reading this book.
And we were discussing when we did Bailey School Kids that, you know, we're the sorts, like, when you hear a noise, you're more likely to just kind of, like, I'd rather pull the blanket down around me rather than go out and
let me explore,
investigate. But I am gonna peek out and see what it is.
Okay.
It was a paper bag. We used paper bags from Whole Foods as a garbage can, and it fell over. However, what knocked it over, Steve? Was it a ghost? Was it an egg monster from Mars?
Ghost. It came from under the sink.
It came from beneath the sink. Yeah, hey, that's another R.L. Stine classic. All right, well, let's continue. Don't worry, fell, I'm a scientist. I don't think it understood English. Yeah, probably not. As I lowered the trowel into the drawer, the green veins on the throbbing body began to pulse. The creature started bobbing up and down. The little black eyes bulged up at me. I had the feeling the little guy was about to explode or something. Easy, easy, I whispered. I lowered the trowel carefully beside it. Then I slowly slid it under the throbbing creature. There, gotcha, I said softly. Sorry. There. Gotcha, I said softly. It wiggled and shook. It wiggled and shook on the blade of the trowel. I began to lift it carefully from the drawer. The shoebox sat on the top of the dresser. I had the trowel in my right hand. I reached for the shoebox with my left. Up, very slowly, I raised the egg creature towards the box. Up, almost to the box. And that's when Mom and Dad came home. They opened the door. They saw
What
me.
are you doing?
They saw me lifting my sperm out of my sock drawer on their gardening trowel into a shoebox.
Up,
slowly,
talking to it.
slowly. Do you understand English? They're like,
No.
oh my God.
What's going on?
They caught me. Caught you doing what? Lifting my sperm up and out of my sock drawer with their trowel into a
Why?
shoebox while I was talking to it.
It's normal, okay?
It's perfectly natural.
Don't be ashamed.
And the creature growled at me. A low, gruff growl. Like an angry dog. Oh, I uttered a startled cry, and the trowel dropped from my hand. Yay! I let out another cry as it clanged across the floor, and the egg creature plopped wetly onto my sneaker. No! Without thinking, I bent down and grabbed it up in my hand. I'm holding it, I realized.
I'm gonna say this to myself, obviously, because I know it.
I'm holding it, I realized, my heart pounding. I'm holding it. What's gonna happen to me? Chapter 10. Nothing happened. No.
What's gonna happen?
Nothing. It's a classic R.L. Stein cliffhanger.
Oh, man.
Where
It keeps you
chapter
so
10
excited, and then he just drops you down.
Nothing happened. No shock jolted my body, no rash spread instantly over my skin, my hand didn't fall off. Although as a scientist, he seems to think that, like, well, no rash spread instantly over my skin,
So-
and rashes only spread instantly.
Hey, we dropped a nuclear bomb, and nothing happened immediately. Well, outside the radius.
Yeah.
So we're good.
The creature felt warm and soft, like runny scrambled eggs. Yes, R.L. Stein, if you could describe this creature as looking like scrambled eggs again, I think
And
it
what
would...
does he look? I don't understand what he looks like.
It would really cement the visual for me because I keep forgetting what he looks like. You
How does he
understand?
move? How does he?
Yeah,
like, what
is he jiggling? Is he pulsating? Is he throbbing?
Oh, he's thumping.
Thumping,
and he's
thump,
wigged.
thump, 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 thump. Does he have veins on him, or is he perfectly
color
smooth?
veins?
What color veins? What color is he? What color was his egg, please? I realized I was squeezing it tightly, too tightly. I loosened my grip. Yeah, it's his dick again. And lowered it into the shoebox and fastened the lid over the top. I set the shoebox down on the dresser top and examined my hand. It felt wet and sticky. It would. But the skin hadn't turned yellow or peeled off or anything.
So I'm good.
I could hear the creature pulsing.
side
Yeah,
effects.
not gonna wash my hand then.
Nope.
I could hear the creature pulsing inside the box. Don't growl like that again, I told it. You scared me. I grabbed some tissues and wiped off my hand. I kept my eyes on the box. The creature was bouncing around in there. What kind of animal is it, I wondered. I wished Mom and Dad were home. I really, really wanted to show them my box of semen.
We know.
I glanced at the clock radio on my bedside table. Only 9 o'clock. Anne might still be sleeping. Sometimes she slept until noon on Saturdays. I'm not really sure why. She said, see, when I was a kid, I was never...
Noon at these kids? I mean, that's what I do now.
Yeah,
But
right.
as a kid, no, Saturday morning cartoons and stuff.
Right, yeah, Pokemon was on at
Yeah.
fucking like 6 o'clock
I
in
was
the
up.
morning.
I was up. I watched.
Yeah, but they don't like cartoons. Ninja Turtles, ew.
Lame.
I glanced at the clock radio on my bedside table. Only 9 o'clock. Anne might still be sleeping. Sometimes she slept until noon on Saturdays. I'm not really sure what... Wait, hold up. Why... Oh, Anne might be sleeping. I was
Anne.
thinking his sister. I was
Oh
like,
no, yeah, because what? Brandy?
Brandy's his sister. Well, I was just thinking, I was like...
And they went to piano.
They went to piano lessons. I'm not really sure why. She said it made the day go by faster. Anne is a pretty weird girl. Now I'm concerned about Anne's, like, she must be depressed.
It's just
Seriously,
it's just
no.
easier to, no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Let's just take a moment and read this seriously.
Yeah.
No jokes.
Okay.
Anne might still be sleeping. Sometimes she slept until noon on Saturdays. I'm not really sure why. She said it made the day go by faster. Anne is a pretty weird girl. That's like the saddest paragraph in an R.L. Stine book I've ever read.
Something else we noticed in the television show is that they kind of allude to like mental illness in some way, but people always think it's weird.
Oh right, yeah,
Weird.
they're always threatening to bring
them to the loony bin,
to bring kids either to the loony bin or to psychiatrists. But even the
It's
adults,
so negative.
The adults
Like
treat
it's a disappointment.
the adults all treat therapy as though it's something to be ashamed of. Kids out there, if you're feeling depressed or anything, talk to somebody.
Please,
it's
talk
nothing to be
somebody.
ashamed
Talk
of.
to us. It's worth. People will listen. People do care.
And reach out to somebody because clearly
Please.
there's something going on. I lifted the box with both hands. The egg creature felt surprisingly heavy. I made sure the lid was on tight. Then I carried it down the stairs and out the back door. It was a sunny, warm day. A soft breeze made the fresh spring leaves tremble on the trees. Really, like I'm bummed out now. I'm having a hard time making jokes and shit. I'm all like, but Anne!
Poor girl.
Concerned that she's gonna kill herself.
She'll be okay.
2 houses down, Mr. Simpson was already mowing his back lawn. I had a Simpson on my street, a Mr. Simpson, so I identify with this.
Yeah.
No Ann and no
It's bringing you in.
Brandy, but was already mowing his back lawn. Near the garage, 2 robins were having a tug of war over a fat brown earthworm. I carried the box to Annie's back door. The door was open. I peered through the screen. "Hi, Dana, come in," Ann's mother called from in front of the sink. She wouldn't have invited him inside if she knew what was in the box, though.
No.
She'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Balancing.
sick.
Yeah, you're sick. You need help. Both of these characters seriously need some help. Especially if you're in a mindset like Dana's. You should absolutely seek help.
Yes.
Please, for all of our sakes. I never want to have a birthday or a Christmas or just an average day where you show up at my house with a box of your sperm.
Look at this.
Balancing the box against my chest, I pulled open the screen door and stepped into the kitchen. Anne sat at the breakfast table. She wore a big blue t-shirt over black bike shorts. Ow, ow.
Ooh.
Her red-brown hair was tied behind her head in a long ponytail. 3 guesses what she was eating for breakfast.
Cereal.
Nope.
Eggs.
Eggs, there you go.
Whoa.
Good. You got it in 3 guesses, Steve.
Within 3.
We should have left that one up to the audience. That would have been fun. Next time. "Yo, Dana!" she greeted me. "What's up with you?"
Yo, girl, holla at your boy.
Well, Mrs.
Dana.
Mrs. Gravel moved to the store. "Dana, have you had breakfast? Can I make you some scrambled eggs?" My stomach did a flip-flop. I swallowed hard. "No, I don't think so." "Nice, fresh eggs," Mrs. Gravel insisted, grabbing her breasts and rubbing them together. She was standing behind Anne, so Anne didn't notice. "I could make them fried if you don't like scrambled." No, thanks, I replied weakly. I felt the eggy blob bounce inside the box. I might need some more. Anne told her mom, shoveling in a big glob. "These eggs are great, Mom." Mrs. Gravel cracked an egg on the side of the skillet. "Maybe I'll make one for myself," she said. All this egg talk was making me sick. Anne finished her orange juice. "Hey, what's in the box? New sneakers?" No, I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when I show this to you, Anne.
If you're excited about that, no.
No, I replied. "Check this out, Anne. You won't believe what I found." I was so eager to show it to her. Holding the box in front of me with both hands, I started across the kitchen and tripped over Stubby. Oh God, her mom's gonna get a
Stubby.
big face full of egg monster.
Oh.
Again, that big dumb sheepdog always got underfoot. Whoa! I let out a cry as I fell over the dog and watched the shoebox fly into the air. I landed on top of Stubby, got a mouthful of fur, struggled frantically to my feet, and saw the egg creature sail out of the box
Oh no.
and drop onto Anne's breakfast plate. Anne's mouth opened. Anne's mouth dropped open, her face twisted in disgust. "Oh, yuck," she wailed. "Rotten eggs! Gross! Rotten eggs!"
That's what you wanted to show me.
That's what it smelled like. "No, it's alive," I protested, but I don't think anyone heard me. Stubby jumped up on me and I started to explain and and nearly knocked me down again. "Down, boy, down," Mrs. Gravel scolded. "You know better than that." "Get this away," Anne demanded, shoving her plate across the table. Yeah, that's the appropriate response.
Yeah, actually.
Her mom examined the plate, then glared at me. "Dana, what's wrong with you? This isn't funny. You've ruined perfectly good scrambled eggs."
What's wrong with
So
you?
the mother, she likes the fact that Dana's coming to age. It's a Mrs. Robinson sort of situation.
What's wrong with you?
"You spoiled my breakfast," Anne cried angrily. "No, wait," I protested, but I wasn't fast enough. Mrs. Gravel grabbed the plate, she carried it to the sink, clicked on the garbage disposal, and started to empty the egg creature into the roaring drain. Again, these are kind of appropriate reactions for the mother and daughter, you know, like, ew, what the fuck?
No, it's super cool. It's like you dumped something gross onto my food.
And that's all we have time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, Steve.
Good night, Mike. Good night, everybody.
Good night.